morning and good luck. And welcome back to Good Luck with Gino. I'm your host, Gino the Ghost, and you're locked into episode 129 of the fastest growing podcast in the world. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit that like button, save it to your device, send it to a loved one or an arch nemesis, and then go ahead and head on over to YouTube, yeah? Because you should be watching on YouTube. Isn't that right, Gengar? Because it's the number one way to consume the Good Luck podcast. And if you were watching on YouTube, you'd see I'm wearing something really fucking sexy today. We got this limited edition Louis V jacket on. We're rocking designer. We're rocking designer today. And you know, what are you going to do, huh? If you're watching on YouTube like you should be, isn't that right, Mini Gengar? You're going to tap that like button. You're going to smash the fuck out of that subscribe button. And then you're going to grease up that algorithm by leaving a comment. Because, well, you're an oil man. And that's what you do. So you're going to leave a comment. And if you want to leave a comment, if you can't think of one to leave, you could congratulate me. Because your boy took home 3 Grammys at the Latin Grammys this week in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! What a fucking weekend or week. I won for Best Pop Song for El Dia de Amigo. I won for Best Alternative Song for #Tetas. And Best Alternative Album for Popota. Unfortunately, we did lose to Bad Bunny in the Best Album category. And that's just going to happen. You know, it's going to happen. You're going against Benito, and he's just the biggest in the world, and the album's a fucking smash, and that, you know, it is what it is. But I'm extremely proud. If you haven't heard Popota yet, please go listen to it. It was such a fun project. You know, the whole album, we're making fun of the music industry. Like, #Tetas is a song making fun of the music business. So to win, you know, for that song is hilarious. The whole concept of the project is about winning Latin Chatties, which is like a Latin Grammy. And so, yeah, pretty awesome. I had a very eventful Grammy week. I was just nonstop Monday through Thursday at all the events, all the carpets. Absolutely beat my ass. A lot of drinking. You know, I'm not a big drinker, but when in Vegas, when celebrating. And I met so many fucking amazing artists and producers and writers and label people, and it was just such a good time. And I had one scare. Quick story time. So it's the day before the Grammys. It's Wednesday. And I'm like, I still haven't got my Grammy tickets yet. So when you're nominated, you still have to reserve your tickets. They don't just give you your tickets. You have to like reserve your tickets through the Grammy portal because it's stupid. And so I did that. I thought I did that. And it's like Wednesday. And I'm like, why the fuck haven't I got my tickets? So I go to the Grammy ticketing office to go pick up my tickets because I talked to this PR lady and she's like, you might have to just go to will call. So I go to pick up my tickets and I tell them my name, and they go, you don't have any Grammy tickets. And I said, well, that's a mistake. Clearly, I have Grammy tickets. I have 8 nominations, and I did this online. So why don't you go ahead and check again? They said, no, you don't have Grammy tickets. You got Grammy nomination ceremony tickets, which was Monday, which you went to. You didn't finish your application for the Grammy tickets. You don't have tickets. And I'm like, well, first of all, I did all this, so this is incorrect. But even so, well, you can get me tickets, surely. Nope. Next. So what did I do? Well, I went full diva, guys. Guys, I didn't want to have to do it. I went full Karen. I didn't want to have to do it. I was polite as long as I could be. And then, unfortunately, I had to go, do you know who I am? I hate to. I didn't want to do it. I did have to go, do you know who I am? And I didn't say those exact words, but I said, guys, I'm one of the most nominated writers in the history of the Latin Grammys. I have 8 nominations. If I win and I don't get to walk on stage for album of the year or song of the year or fucking record of the year or pop song of the year, or if I don't get to walk on stage, I'm going to crash out. Am I just going to not go to the Grammys? You guys can't find a fucking ticket in there? They were so sweet. I don't want, they accommodated me. They did get me a ticket. It worked out, but I almost had like just the worst shit ever happen. And, yeah, so it was so much fun. I ended up sitting like front row with everybody, with the guys and a bunch of my friends, and it was a great time. We're not going to talk about Lions football because I said so. Moving on. Tesla. Before we get into the main story this week, I want to talk about Tesla's full self-driving data that just came out. You guys know I have a Tesla. I've talked about the full self-driving before and said it's the greatest thing ever. We've done a segment on Waymo. We've done segments on Robotaxi, Tesla Robotaxi. Tesla just released its first ever safety report, and the data showcasing how safe the system is incredible. The data came back, and full self-driving is 7 times less likely to get into a collision than human manual driving. This is not a sponsored thing. Like, I'm not being paid to say this. I obviously have a Tesla. I do think Elon is a dickhead. But I'm telling you guys, the full self-driving is the greatest thing that's happened to me it is such a fucking game changer to just be able to do nothing. I feel so much safer. I'm a great driver. But I look forward to a future where nobody's driving anymore. Let's just say that. The data is overwhelmingly positive. And I mean, just think about it, dude. People fucking suck at driving, and everyone's on their phone. I'm on my phone. We're all addicted to our phones. So it's good. It's a good thing. And this is my propaganda piece for pushing for that. And that's that on that. We're going to get into, we got a really fucking jam-packed episode, as you can imagine, on GNN this week. The majority of the episode is going to be located on the most reliable source of news, right? We're going to be watching that network, and I'm not going to be the one to do it because you guys know I'm not really a guy that likes to get political. But you know who is? Lead correspondent of GNN, Gino Bori. Welcome to GNN, your leading source of news, politics, and this week, blowjobs. And now your host, Gino Bori. Good afternoon, I'm your host, Gino Bori, and this is the news. So the government shutdown finally ended after 43 long, excruciating days. The longest shutdown in U.S. history. And what was the first order of business? Well, that will be our main story. New Epstein emails. New Epstein emails just dropped. Hey, Mini Gengar. New Epstein emails just dropped. 20,000 new Jeffrey Epstein emails were just released. Flooded the streets with Epstein. Note, these are not the Epstein files. This is just a pedo appetizer. So here's the summary. You guessed it. In the least shocking bit of news, Trump knew about the girls. That's 1. 2, Epstein said, I am the one able to take him down when talking about Trump. 3, Michael Wolff said to Jeffrey Epstein, you can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt. So we're talking about leveraging blackmail on Donald Trump in regards to the girls. Jeffrey Epstein also said in an email, I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body. So yes, ... dangerous. If Jeffrey Epstein says If the most notorious pedo sex trafficking connoisseur says you don't have one decent cell in your body and you're the worst person he's ever met, well, moving on. Jeffrey Epstein also said about Donald Trump, the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Virginia spent hours at my house with him. Virginia, as you know, is one of the victims that came forward. However, it should be noted that she said that Trump never did anything to her. So, yeah, I mean, whatever. What else? Donald Trump had Thanksgiving dinner with Epstein in 2017. Donald was at Friendsgiving with the head pedo honcho that he claimed to not have seen in 15 years and not been very close with. Reminder, he was the president of the United States in 2017. Well, I mean, surely that was the last time he's seen him. Oh, no, wait. It looks like Trump also met with Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew in 2019. Donald Trump was president in 2019. When did Jeffrey Epstein die? Let's just see. Jeffrey Epstein death was in 2019. Oh, that was in 2019. Got it. Okay. Cool. Got it. That's just a handful of the information that's come out in these emails. And a reminder, this is just the calamari. They haven't even brought the salad out yet. They haven't even brought out the caprese. They haven't even brought out the wine. We're in the end game now. Do you understand? The walls are caving in. This is insane. These emails are insane. And yet, it seems like the only people panicking about this are Republicans in Congress. MAGA, hello? Noticeably radio silent right now about this. Watergate wouldn't have even trended on Twitter if it happened today. Speaking of Watergate, you know how long Watergate took? I think this is important for a lot of people because you weren't alive. You probably don't know. I wasn't alive, but I do research. Watergate took 2 years. That's how long it took for the Watergate scandal to take down Nixon after the story broke. So, this is going to take a while. You understand? But the dominoes have been knocked over. This is the end game. We're in the fourth quarter. The cat's out of the bag. Surely Republicans will keep that same energy, right? Like the pundits, surely somebody like Megyn Kelly, who's been so vocal about women and victims, surely she's going to have something to say about this. Let's check in with Megyn Kelly. Megyn?
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. Right. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn, now they call it child sexual abuse material, on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I first came within his purview.
His purview. Yeah. Yeah. Right. You know what, guys? It's time for a Pit Viper Mega Rant. Pit Viper Mega Rant! Pit Viper Mega Rant! Hey, Megyn.
What the fuck are you talking about? 15 isn't barely legal. Barely legal is 18. 15 isn't barely legal in any state in the United States. You're a child. How can you say barely legal and 15 in the same sentence, Megyn? Meg, are we moving the goalpost to the 15-yard line? Are we playing pedophile limbo? How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? 15 is a child, Megyn. At least she wasn't 8 years old. Trump 2028 slogan just dropped. At least she wasn't under 10. MAGA. Megyn has a 14-year-old daughter, by the way. What the fuck do you mean? Also, who's your friend? Who's your fucking friend that's privy to this information? And who's your friend that thinks that 15 isn't really pedophilia? Well, 15 isn't technically. Well, if we're looking at the pedophile spectrum, right? Well, if we're looking at the pedo pie chart, if we're looking at the PETA chart, if we're looking at, I mean, some girls don't even have their period at 15. You can't drive a car at 15. Megyn, what are you talking about, honey? Meg, is this the anthill you want to die on? You fucking dimwit. Reminder, didn't Megyn Kelly come out with a sexual misconduct chart? Like, didn't she file charges against some? Am I bugging? I never Google on this show. Against Fox? Against Roger Ailes? Yeah, she did, didn't she? Didn't Megyn Kelly file a sexual harassment case? Famously? And wasn't she a defender? And she's now saying, well, technically, I didn't think Epstein was a pedophile because I thought he was only fucking 15-year-old girls. But then turns out he also had tapes of under 10-year-olds. So I guess he was a pedophile. What is up with Fox News trying to normalize 15-year-old women? I thought this was the party that was all about fucking protecting sex trafficking or stopping sex trafficking. I'm sorry. Can I cross my legs? I'm sorry. I thought for years we were connecting fucking emails about pizza. We were going through Hillary Clinton and we were talking about pizza emails, connecting pizza and cheese pizza and pepperoni pizza to we were fucking looking like Jim Carrey in the number 23 on the fucking wall. We were looking like Nicolas Cage writing on the fucking whiteboard. We were doing BC calculus to connect Democrats to a child sex trafficking ring. And here we are with Jeffrey Epstein's email, jeevacation@gmail.com. Like, yeah, Trump knew about the girls and Trump was with victims and I got blackmail on Trump and I could take down Trump and Trump was and this isn't even the fucking files. We're in his Gmail. We're in his fucking spam email. And we're just, well, technically 15 isn't really a child. What are you talking about, Megyn? You have a 14-year-old daughter, you fucking sicko. Would you let your 14-year-old daughter go to the island? Let me ask you, Megyn, would you let your 14-year-old daughter alone with Donald Trump on an island? I think you know the answer to that question. And that concludes this week's Pit Viper Mega Rant. Pit Viper Mega Round! Pit Viper Mega Round! Okay, well, I mean, surely that was the only thing that was found in the Epstein emails, and we can move on to the next. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, there's one more thing here. Oh, what's... Sorry, guys, I seem to have overlooked this email from Mark Epstein to his brother, Jeffrey Epstein. And the email says, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. And Bubba is an infamous nickname for Bill Clinton. So, I'm just going over my notes here. Gay? Oh no, DL Donnie. Looks like Donald Trump really jobbed his love, huh? Turns out the big beautiful bill was a love letter. Turns out Big Beautiful Bill was Trump's pet name for the former president, huh? My big, big, beautiful Bill. It's a terrible Trump impression. It's a beautiful bill. No, I'm not even going to do it. I can't even do Trump anymore, dude. I can't even do a Trump. And you know what? That's a gift. Everybody can do a Trump impression. I don't want to do a Trump impression. I'm above that. Donnie. Uh-oh. Donnie. You know, the streets are calling number 47 Donica Lewinsky. I wish I came up with that joke. But the leader of the free world was eating Bubba Gump's shrimp in the orifice office. And we're not going to overlook that, yeah. Donald J. Throat. You know, I knew Trump was a wannabe dictator, but I didn't know he was an accomplished dictator. I did not see this coming. I got to be honest. I did not see this coming. That's what Donald Trump said. Oh! Look, we all know Bill Clinton is a smooth talker. And we've seen from Putin and Xi Jinping and most leaders across the world that Trump can be manipulated into pretty much anything. And turns out that includes playing the saxophone. Would not be the first time that Donald Trump has taken Hillary Clinton's job. You know, the illusion of choice in 2016, voting for one of two candidates that both gave neck to Bill Clinton. The Venn diagram. All roads lead to Bill Clinton getting fellatio, huh? All the gravitational pull of all political scandal is Bill Clinton's Pichadell. Is this what Trump meant by draining the swamp? You gotta wonder. This would explain why he's so obsessed with the YMCA, which, by the way,
is the gayest song in the world. And it would explain why he is such a huge fan of it. And that features the Eiffel Tower double blowjob ski trip Trump dance, which now we're looking at that a little different, right? Now when we see Trump doing this motion, our imagination starts to wander. Maybe he, So yeah, this email comes out and the internet has been fucking hilarious. The internet has been ablaze. Everybody's like, well, guess Trump blew Bill Clinton. Well, today, Mark Epstein came out and said that Bubba is not Bill. However, notably, did not deny that he blew somebody named Bubba or something named Bubba. Because it turns out that Ghislaine Maxwell has a horse named Bubba. Like a horse, like a horse. Not somebody hung like a horse, a horse. Basically, did Trump blow BoJack Horseman? Did Trump? No, right? No, right? He didn't suck a... No, right? Horses don't stop, they keep going, right? No. He didn't suck a horse. No, right? Wasn't this the first ever Black Mirror episode where the politician fucked a farm animal? I don't know. At what point do you just admit that it was Bill Clinton to end the bestiality speculation? Mini Ganger, can I talk to you real quick? I don't want to say it out loud. Did Trump suck a horse dick? Do you think that Trump sucked a horse? Oh, I'm not going to say it on the podcast. Do you think that Trump sucked a... No, he didn't suck a horse dick, right? No. He just sucked somebody's dick named Bubba, but it's just a coincidence maybe that Ghislaine Maxwell has a horse named Bubba. Okay, I just want to... Okay. Yeah. Well, don't... Yeah. So, okay. Hey, guys, sorry about that. Look. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what's in those Epstein files. But here's what I do know. I know how it ends. And I've been right about everything so far, so you might want to log this into memory. Basically, the Epstein files go to a vote at the House. And the rumor is that about 100 Republicans are going to vote yes to release the Epstein files. Trump just put out a post on Truth Social where he's like, we're going to I'm supportive of putting out those files. We've got nothing to hide. Yeah, as he's been saying. But here's what's going to happen. It's going to pass the House, and then the Senate's going to have to vote on it. Now, the Senate can kill the bill, but that will blow back on Republicans, and they'll likely lose their majority. Because what's going to happen here, you got to understand, politicians are going to act like politicians, no matter what. Something about politics you'll learn is no matter how loyal, how devout, what you've built your platform on, many of these politicians have built their platform on Trump, on MAGA. He's their rallying beacon. Well, the walls are crumbling. The leader's looking a little sickly. And the pedo documents are at the door. And if you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a pretty good indicator of what's about to happen. Because Trump, jokes aside with the Trump 2028 thing and all this Steve Bannon shit talking about he's going to run another term, he probably is going to barely make it to another term. And also, he's just probably not going to... He's not going to get there politically because he constitutionally cannot run again, which means he's a lame duck president. This is the end. And these politicians want to continue. They want to win their seat. And if everybody starts kind of, You've seen Squid Games. They're going to turn on him. They're going to Julius Caesar him. The senators are going to have to vote on this. You do not want to be the senator that voted against releasing the Epstein files after the House has passed it. So then it passes the Senate, and then it lands on Trump's desk. Uh-oh. Well, he can veto it. Sure, Trump can veto the bill. Trump can veto releasing the Epstein files. But doing so is an admission of guilt and undoubtedly will mark the end. Because at that point, it's like, what's worse? Obviously saying there's some fucked up shit in here, or is it worse to literally release the fucked up shit in there? Because if he's in there sucking horse dick, I mean, oh! I don't think he's in there sucking horse dick, but he's doing some fucked up shit. And don't take my word on it. Take the word of the guy who's dead with all the blackmail. There is one good thing that happened that Trump did this week. There is one good thing that the Trump will have after the Trump presidency. The penny is dead. No more pennies. There will no longer be pennies put into circulation. No more Lincoln heads in circulation. Not the first president's head that Trump has made disappear. And that's a good joke. There's also a John Wilkes Booth joke in here somewhere, but I'll let you make that one. Anyway, I mean, look, guys, that concludes GNN. And, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for the FOH HOF, the Fuck Outta Here Hall of Fame. Take it away, boys.
Everything he touched go crazy. Crypto punkin' baby. LA to Vegas, catch him in your city, better hide your main bitch. Good luck, baby. Good luck, baby. Good luck, baby. Show about to start soon. Good luck, baby.
Welcome back to the FOH HOF, the Fuck Outta Here Hall of Fame. We're going to kick it off this week with a new piece of technology that is going to make you lose sleep at night. Here we go.
He's getting bigger. See?
Oh, honey, that's wonderful.
Kicking like crazy.
He's listening. Put your hand on your tummy and hum to him. You used to love that.
It feels like he's dancing in there.
Oh, honey. Oh.
Mom, would you tell Charlie that bedtime story you always used to tell me?
Once upon a time, there was a baby unicorn who didn't know he knew how to fly. This baby unicorn was like your mom because she didn't know that she knew how to fly, but she knew how to do all kinds of fabulous things.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Charlie. How was school today?
It was really fun. I made this crazy shot in basketball.
I don't really care that much about basketball. What about the crush?
Stop. Grandma, stop talking.
Just tell me one thing.
Look who's gonna be a great grandmother.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, congratulations.
She says that he's been kicking a lot, though. Like, a little too much.
Tell her to put her hand on her tummy and hum to him. You loved that.
You would have loved this moment.
You can call anytime.
Okay, Mom, I just need a quick video.
Is this like an audition or something?
No, Mom. Just 3 minutes.
You need my best side?
Can I sing another one?
I can play the piano.
She's so talented.
I am. I'm your mother after all.
Keep going. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born as a very young child.
I would hope so.
Hey, so this is the most horrible fucking idea ever, yeah? So we're just going episode by episode through Black Mirror and turning them into products, yeah? Is that what we're doing? Nice. Man-made horrors beyond comprehension, based on the hit TV series about man-made horrors beyond comprehension. An app where you take a 3-minute video of somebody, so when they die, you've got them in your pocket forever. This is the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. And I talk about stuff that's fucked up like this every week on this show. We've reached a new low. Hey, Mom, I know you're about to die soon. Can you just take this 3-minute video so when you keel over, I can have Grandma AI in my pocket forever? Yeah, my unborn child who will never meet you is going to talk to you all the time for 30 years. Hi, your dead mother would like to speak to your son before his first day of school, but unfortunately your free trial is up. For $49.99, you can continue talking to your dead mother. A pop-up notification. Your credit card is expired. Please update your payment method or we'll kill your AI grandmother. Are you sure you want to cancel your subscription and never talk to your dead mother again? Oh, we're sad to see you go. And so is your dead mother that you're paying for to keep alive. But that's fine. You'll just never get her back. Yeah, well, right. Soon as you end your subscription, she will be erased and gone forever. But if you want to, that's fine. That's fine. If you just want to purge her from, that's your choice, right? We all got to save money somewhere. You want to, kill your mother again. So feel free to cancel. What are we doing? Yeah, I can't wait for Grandma to try and sell me on a new coffee machine as I'm talking to her about my day at work. You remember how your Nani used to always make you the best chicken noodle soup? Why don't you go to Ralph's and get some Campbell's? You can do it right from the app. That tastes just like my soup when I was... Digital Necromancy brought to you by former Disney child star Calum Worthy from Austin and Alley. Yeah, a fucking Disney star came up with this twisted, tormented fucking idea, Just the Disney actor to dystopian evil tech entrepreneur pipeline is one that needs to be studied. This is a terrible idea. And we all know that. Why are we building these things? Yeah, subscription model grief-induced psychosis. What could go wrong? Let's replace your beautiful memories of your deceased loved ones with AI slop. Let's give your grandma Claude LLM. When I die, please don't pay $49.99 a month for a Gino avatar to subtly sell you products while I read you ChatGPT LLM copy, yeah? Just let me rest. Jesus Christ. Next video. It's time we made fun of some real entrepreneur bros. Am I right? Here we go.
When I walk into a room, I don't care if this sounds narcissistic. I generally don't give a singular damn. When I walk into a room, the whole energy freaking shifts. The whole freaking energy just makes a whole 180. I don't give a singular damn if this sounds narcissistic or not. Because I worked on myself so freaking hard.
Dude, bro does not give a singular damn. Not one single molecule of a damn to be found. Not a letter in the word. This guy walks into the room and the freaking energy shifts, Dude walks into the room, grabs all four corners of the energy, puts it in his quilted Abercrombie jacket pocket. And guess how many singular damns he gives? Not one. Not one singular one. He grabs the four corners of a dam, right? He puts them in his pocket, and then when he reaches back in his pocket to give you one, there's nothing in there. There's not a singular one in there. What guys? Why did you start a pod? What is this? This is just three friends drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade in their parents' backyard. No microphones, no camera setups, just vibes. These guys just recorded the podcast on a fucking FaceTime call, basically. The guy's like yelling from like to his iPhone, like, when I walk in a room, I don't give a singular freaking damn, dude. The audio quality, dog shit. Hey guys, turn the music up a little bit, yeah? I can't hear you. And then the last slide. Happiness is a damn illusion. That's a fucking bar, you know? Yeah. Hey boys, this video gave me chills, and not the good kind. Listen to this guy, you know? I genuinely do not give a single. Ali, you're a nice guy. Ali, you're a nice guy. These Prince Azule spawns, you know? The Prince Azule minions. I mean, poor buddy, you're not. Let me pull out my Sigma detector real quick before. Beep, 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 beep. Sigma. Beep, beep, beep. I'm sorry. You are not Sigma. Last video. I mean, this week's theme is just dystopian hellscapes, so I guess naturally we can introduce the CEO of Palantir and what he said this week, yeah? Here we go.
You need a higher purpose, and I also think you often need a lower purpose. Like the higher purpose for me... What's a lower purpose? Well, I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl-laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us. So that's my lower purpose. And, yeah, and others. But the higher purpose for me was to get this nation to be the preeminent power in the world, because whatever faults we have, they're nothing like anyone else's.
I'm scared to make jokes here because I really believe him. I don't want to be walking down the street one day and get hit by a Palantir fentanyl piss drone. First of all, who's in the audience clapping and cheering about that? Maybe they too were scared and were like, yeah. I just find it a little troubling that the leader of the most powerful company in America and probably the world is joking about using his government-subsidized AI military weaponry to engage in chemical urine warfare on his ops. You know, when I say my patented catchphrase, bad day to be an op, I'm referring to how handsome and successful I am. Alex Karp here is fantasizing about turning his ops into fent addicts with Amazon delivery drones and R. Kelly AI. I don't have a lot of jokes here. I wish I did. China just rolled out an AI surveillance brain to watch and enforce laws on its citizens, where it literally, like, if you don't put your fucking trash away, they'll just send you a ticket. You're being watched all the time. Oh, you rolled that stop sign? We saw it. There'll be a ticket in your mail tomorrow. Oh, you jaywalked? We saw that, and we'll be sending a ticket your way. We're not far away from that, and this guy is playing God from inside the Truman Show dome. And that feels like a great way to end the episode, yeah? Just a real comforting, positive note. I want to thank you for tuning in to Good Luck this week. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit the like button, subscribe to the show, save it to your device, send it to a loved one or an arch nemesis via Palantir urine fentanyl drone. And then head on over to YouTube, because you should be watching it on YouTube. Isn't that right, Gengar? And if you were watching it on YouTube, you would have already hit the like button. But if you didn't hit the like button, what took you so long, hit it right now. And then smash the ever-loving fuck out of that subscribe button. Maybe you want to send a Palantir fentanyl urine drone at it. Or maybe you want to suck that subscribe button like Donald Trump, yeah? And grease up that algorithm with Bubba's oil by leaving a comment. That's a little graphic, but we like to tie everything together, you know? I am a writer after all. Grease up that algorithm by leaving a comment because, like Donald Trump, you're an oil man, but in a true sense of the word. And until next week, as the world continues to crumble beneath our feet, we slide into a dystopian hellscape, and more incredibly disturbing news about Donald Trump comes out. Good night. And I forgot to include the fucking... Fuck! Oh, it was a perfect outro and I fumbled it. Fuck! Good night and good luck. Trump dance. What's he doing? What's he doing with his hands? You don't know, do you? Pikachu, what do you think he's doing?